Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Here in today's video, I'm going to be doing a March Madness bracket for the March Madness tournament. The teams that will be in March Madness were just announced a few hours ago, and we've got the brackets opened up, and I'm going to fill one out. Before we get started, make sure to like and subscribe, and comment down below what you guys want me to do. Also, before I do this, I will say I'm a huge OKC Thunder fan, and I watch a lot of NBA, but I don't watch much college basketball. I watch March Madness, and I watch a few college games here and there, but I don't watch much college other than March Madness. So I'm going into, I fill out March Madness brackets and I watch some here and there, but I don't know much about these. It's not like NBA playoffs and I'm filling out a bracket. So if you get mad about me doing something dumb, don't mind me. I don't know too much about college basketball other than the top players and all that. I feel like I know more about high school basketball than college basketball, to be honest. But anyways, we will hop right into it, starting off with Duke versus It Doesn't Matter. I am going Duke to win that game. Next up, we've got Ohio State versus TCU. I'm going to pick, so is this the first day of games? I'm trying to see. Okay, I think those are the first day of games, other than the ones that to figure out who gets the last spots. I think these are the first day of games. So I'm gonna go TCU for a semi upset. We'll go TCU. Next up, St. John's versus Northern Iowa. I'll just go St. John's to win that. Kansas versus CA Baptist. I'll go Kansas. I know Kansas is good and are usually pretty good. Louisville versus South Florida. I'll just, I'll go them. Michigan State. I've got a friend that is a Michigan State fan. I know they're all right. I guess 3 seed, so, pretty good. Versus North Dakota State. We'll go Michigan State to win that. UCLA versus UCF. I'll go UCLA. I'm not just going to pick all, higher tiers or seeds I meant. I will pick some, upsets, but UConn versus Furman. I'm going to be honest, I've never heard of this team in my life. Maybe it's their first time in March Madness. I don't know. I definitely don't recognize them from last year. I'll go UConn. I believe UConn lost in the first or second round last year. Okay, that was the East. Moving on to the West, we've got Arizona versus Long Island. I also don't recognize this team. I'm going Arizona. They're obviously the 1 seed there. Villanova versus Utah State. We'll take the minor upset, Utah State there. Wisconsin versus High Point. I do recognize both of these teams. I've seen them play some. I'll go Wisconsin. Arkansas versus Hawaii. I will go Arkansas there. BYU versus we don't know who yet. I will go BYU. I have them kind of going a little bit far, I feel like, BYU. Gonzaga versus Kennesaw State. I will go Gonzaga. Miami versus Missouri. I don't know. I'm going to go Miami. Purdue versus Queens. I will definitely go Purdue there. All right. Florida versus don't know who yet. Definitely going to go Florida. If a 1 seed gets upset by 16, that'd just be crazy. Clemson versus Iowa. I took Clemson in the first round, and I had them going kind of far last year, and they lost in the first round to McNeese. I'm not picking them again, so Iowa. Vanderbilt versus who I was just talking about, McNeese. This team, I've seen a lot about them. They're fun, cool team. They obviously have the GOAT. I'm gonna go McNeese. The GOAT I'm talking about, the dude that carries around the speaker. My mind's kind of going blank of what his name is, but I'm gonna go McNeese for an upset there. I believe they're like, they're obviously the 12th seed, but they're definitely a sleeper team. I know that, even though I don't watch much college basketball. Nebraska versus Troy. I will go Nebraska. South Carolina versus VCU. South Carolina. I like South Carolina. Illinois versus Penn. I'll go Illinois. St. Mary's, 7th seed, versus Texas A&M, 10th seed. I'll take the upset, Texas A&M. Houston versus Idaho, 2 versus 15. I'll go Houston there. Next up, moving to Midwest, we've got Michigan versus we don't know who yet. I'll go Michigan. Georgia versus St. Louis. Let's go Georgia. I like Georgia. Texas Tech versus Akron. I'll go Texas Tech. Alabama versus Hofstra. I'll go Alabama. Also, I'm going to fill out a ton of these, so maybe I'll get one right. This one I'm doing like what I actually think will happen. Obviously I'll do a whole bunch of random ones. Tennessee versus we don't know who yet. I'll go Tennessee. Virginia versus Wright State. I'll go Virginia. Is this the first time Virginia is here for a while? I feel like it might be. Kentucky versus Santa Clara. I'll go Kentucky. Like, I'm literally not taking any upsets, I feel like. Iowa State versus Tennessee State. I'll go Iowa State. I don't know why their profile's not there. Okay, there it is. All right, moving on to the second round. We've got Duke versus TCU. I'm definitely taking Duke. St. John's versus Kansas. I'll go Kansas. Louisville versus Michigan State. We'll go Michigan State. UCLA versus UConn. I kind of want to go upset here. I like both of these teams. Remember when Lonzo Ball used to play? I'll go UConn. Yeah, I'll go UConn. All right. Arizona versus Utah State. Arizona. Wisconsin versus Arkansas. I'll go Arkansas. BYU versus Gonzaga. I'm going to take the upset and go BYU. Miami versus Purdue. I'm going to take another upset. I'm going to go Miami. Next up, Florida versus Iowa. Florida. I like Florida. They had Walter Clayton last year. Did incredibly good. McNeese versus Nebraska. I think they might get a first round upset, but I think it'll end there. We'll go McNeese. North Carolina versus Illinois. I'm going to go North Carolina for the upset. Texas A&M versus Houston. I'm going to go Houston. Next up, we've got Michigan versus Georgia. I'll go Michigan. Texas A&M versus Alabama. Man, I just can't wait for the NBA playoffs. That'll be so much more fun to fill out. I love watching March Madness, but I don't know much about the teams. Texas Tech versus Alabama. I'll take the upset, Texas Tech. Tennessee versus Virginia. I'm going to go Tennessee. I picked Tennessee to go far last year, and it didn't work out too well last time. We'll see if it works out this time. Kentucky versus Iowa State. I'm going to go Iowa State. I feel like, I don't know, I kind of want to go Kentucky, but I won't. Next up, we've got the Elite Eight here. Wait, no, I'm wrong. 2, 4, no, the Sweet 16. Duke versus Kansas. Duke. Arizona versus Arkansas. Arizona. Michigan State versus UConn. I'll go UConn. I feel like Michigan State might not even go this far, to be honest, but I'll go UConn there. Miami versus BYU. I'm going to take BYU. I don't know why, but I have them going far. Florida versus Nebraska. Florida. Like, I feel like I'm playing it like risky because I'm going up with like a lot of the high seeds, but also I'm taking a few upsets here and there of like teams that I kind of like and I've watched. Michigan versus Texas Tech. Michigan. I feel like Texas Tech might not even win this Alabama game if they played that. North Carolina versus Houston. Houston. I feel like I'm literally just picking all the high seeds. Tennessee versus Iowa State. Iowa State. So we got Duke versus UConn. This is the Elite 8. I'm going to take Duke. Arizona versus BYU. BYU run ends there. Arizona. Florida versus Houston. Florida and Michigan versus Iowa State. What do you know? With my bracket, I have 4 1 seeds. This is, I highly doubt, going to happen, but cut me some slack. I don't watch college basketball. Duke versus Florida. I am going Duke. They're going to get it done this year. They lost literally every single starter, I believe, except for maybe one to the NBA draft. But I think they will do pretty good this time. Arizona versus Michigan, Arizona. And then Duke versus Arizona. I think Duke gets it done this time. I had them winning last time, obviously, with Cooper Flag. This time, they've lost a lot of guys, but they're still incredibly good. And I'm going to say the game will go 83 points. What just happened? Okay. I don't know what just happened. All right, whatever. My keyboard's not working for some reason. I'll go 83 points, though, there. And then I'll submit it. And, yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed me guessing. You know, I love basketball. But, once again, I don't watch much college. But maybe this bracket will be good. I can't wait for NBA playoffs time. That'll be awesome. I love NBA playoffs. Please make sure to like and subscribe and comment down below what y'all want me to do. Thank you guys so much for watching, and enjoy March Madness, and hopefully you guys make some great brackets. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.